Yes, that's him, a man that shocked everyone that had his story. There are so many ways to be brave in this world. Sometimes, bravery involves laying down your life for something bigger than yourself. Sometimes, it involves giving up everything that you've ever known or someone you've ever loved for the sake of something greater.
Naitwa Amos Boniface Ndelwa, ni mkazi wa Dar es Salaam na ni baba wa watoto 3 na mke mmoja.
Amos Boniface Ndelwa. That's his name. Though he is disabled, the way he lives is unbelievable because of the things he does with one leg and arm. He is an award-winning man for the things he does like swimming, playing pool table, and a lot more.
Na medali ya pool table, nina medali ya kuogelea.
It is shocking, but he is a good driver. He drives cars, rides motorcycles in form of looking for money to feed and take care of his family. He also teaches people how to swim, and with just a look at him, none believes that he can do all this.
Kwenye kazi yangu ya sanaa natumia jina la Bonge Bonge.
Amos has traveled around the world, winning medals from different competitions, and the most surprising fact about him is that he competes with normal people.
Hapana, mimi nashindana na watu wazima kabisa. Na niseme sijabahatika kupata kusema kushindana na mlemavu mwenzangu kama.
He has never had a chance or ever been challenged by disabled people in all the competitions that he has been through.
Moja ya kwanza naendesha bajaji, ambao ni dereva wa bajaji wa hapa mjini Dar es Salaam. Na kazi yangu ya pili ni msanii wa maigizo, tuseme ni movie. Na kazi yangu nyingine ya 3 ni mwanamichezo na nacheza pool table. Pia ya 4 naogelea. Tuseme kiujumla ni mwanamichezo kwa sababu pia ni mchezaji wa mpira wa miguu watu wenye ulemavu. Yeah.
By now, we are all wondering what happened to him that made his life this way. If he was born as a normal child or if he was born disabled. That is what we are about to find out in a few, because this is his story. Today, we are in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, where we met Amos, his wife, and his children too, living in this unfinished house. According to him, this house doesn't belong to him either. We talked to him and he agreed to share with us the story of his life. A lot of years ago, Amos was born in this same country. He was born as a normal child that had no problem at all. They lived in an area that had a lot of trains passing through, and everyone was used to it until one day that it ruined Amos's life completely. It was one beautiful morning when they woke up and went to play, just like they always did on other normal days, but little did they know that this was going to turn out different and would be the worst day of his life. They went on a railway, and it is where they were playing from. According to what he says, they always used to play here. They had a train coming, but they still played and hoped to jump out of the railway when it gets closer because it was so slow. When the train got close, his friend jumped out of the railway. When it was his turn, he failed since his leg had got stuck in the railway, and just when the train was going to smash it, he put his hand trying to pull it out, and this is when both of them were smashed.
Nikata mguu, kwamba niingize mkono niweze kutoa mguu na mkono pia. Yeah.
His friend was watching in a lot of fear, and he ran while screaming for help. But this did not save him either, because by the time people came to his rescue, his leg and arm were already smashed by the train. Amos was rushed to the hospital, and this happened in 1994. He was just about 9 years old, and the doctors tried all they could so as to save his limbs, but they failed. The only option that was left was to cut them off so as to save him. This is exactly what they did. They carried out surgery, and he thought that after this, everything was going to be okay, but it did not. He faced other complications that made him stay in the hospital for longer than anyone expected, and it still shocks him too.
Hospitali kubwa pale Morogoro toka 94 mpaka 2001 ndo nilitoka 2001. Kutoka hospitali. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. He was in the hospital from 1994 to 2001. He spent 8 years in the hospital, and this automatically means that it was 8 years without going to school, without being home, not even for a single day, playing with friends, and a lot more. He says that he went through a lot of pain in that moment, and it was not the best, but he was grateful because he at least got to learn some things that made his life better than he ever thought that it would be. This is where he learned most of the things that he knows right now. Amos says that he had to practice walking on one leg, which means that he used to walk out of the hospital sometimes. One day, he came across people playing pool table, but by then, he just used to stand and watch because he thought that he was not good enough to play. One of the men that always used to see him coming to this place every day told Amos that all he needed to play this game was courage and the love for it. He started practicing with one arm and the part that was left of the other. He became so good after putting in a lot of time, energy and efforts to the level that he used to play with experts from different parts of the country and still used to beat them, yet he was disabled and they were not. While playing, people used to give him money because he played the game so well, better than the normal people that he was playing with. This was very impressive, and this money helped him to manage a life and take care of himself. He was so good that one day he met a famous musician and politician in his country known as Professor J. He had a chance to play with him and still beat him. After a couple of games, he had a chance to go overseas to countries like China to represent his country and still came up with medals. After there, he moved to different countries like Kenya, Zimbabwe, and a lot more. It is there that he got these medals, and thereafter, he also started learning how to swim, and this wasn't easy at all because he had only one arm and one leg. He mastered this too and became an expert. He still got more awards and medals, and according to him, he does not have them all since they are still in different countries, and some of them were sent to Kenya and he did not have a chance to go and pick them up. He later found a wife that they fell in love with and had children together, which is good. But now, it makes his life even more hard and difficult because he has to work and take care of them.
Naitwa Tumaini Rotary Mdetele. Changamoto labda ni kwenye kipato.
He rides this bike as a public means of transport, but people do not trust him because he is disabled, and this means that he hardly gets a passenger. Amos's life is not the best now because the house he lives in is not his and belongs to his friend. He is afraid that they might be asked to leave and he has nowhere to go. According to him, he is doing all he can to support his family, but he failed because he is disabled. The two hardest tests on a spiritual road is patience to wait for the right moment and the courage not to be disappointed with whatever you may encounter. It's your life and you don't need someone's permission to live the life you want. Be brave to live from your heart. Thank you for watching. My name is Prince. This is Afrimax English. Do not forget to subscribe.